Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to do some Lex Luger customs. So to start, I have this Lex Luger Elite custom that I did a long time ago, and I did do a video on this guy. This is the Elite Legend Series 15 Lex Luger, and all that I did was I put these white boots on him. The white boots came from a Summerslam Series 5 Lex Luger, just to make more of the WCW look. This was actually a Wolfpac Luger, so he came with a Wolfpac shirt and then these black and red boots. So very easy fix up. He also came with an alternate head. But now I got a Ultimate Monday Night Wars Lex Luger. I got this guy at Walmart. He was on clearance for $10. So as you can see, far superior figure. Same look. One thing I really like is he's got the white boots, and then there's like a little bit of white painted on the leg for like socks or something like that. I think that looks really cool. So I don't need this guy anymore. But what I would like to do is make an ultimate Wolfpac Luger, because I did go back to Walmart and bought the rest of the ones that they had on clearance. So I have two more Ultimate Edition bodies. And he does come with a lot of great accessories. So he comes with 3 heads. He's got the screaming head, this kind of straight-faced head, and then the smiling head. And the hair just ports out. So you can put the ponytail or the like kind of hair down, whichever one you prefer. He also comes with 2 belts and a big gold and an NWO big gold. And these are the new, newly tooled belts. They have a lot more detail on them. They look fantastic. It's worth it just for the extra belts when you can get those on clearance. All right, so we'll get this this guy out of the way. We'll get our backdrop moved. We'll get the hot water going, and we'll get started. Now this Wolfpac one is going to be a pretty simple fix up. All we're doing is changing the boots here. So just a little bit of hot water, just enough to cover his boots. Let that guy sit for about 60 seconds or so. We'll see if those boots pop off. While we're at it, we'll throw our Wolfpac boots in there. It's probably been long enough. You get a better look at the socks they have painted on his legs. Actually, I really like the look of these black boots with that little painted on sock there. All right, that is going to look pretty cool. All right, so with Lex, we have a new lower torso piece, so we're going to have to crack this guy. So we'll go ahead and throw him in some hot water there. Let him soak for about 2 minutes or so. And something in a lot of my videos I've been doing recently, I haven't been cracking these on camera as often. I've got so many videos on my channel where you can get a little more in-depth guide on how to crack these ultimate torsos. So be sure to check those out. I'll crack this guy off screen, and we'll be back and we'll put him together and we'll see what he looks like. Actually, I got a little too far ahead of myself. Before we crack this guy, we're going to take some of these parts off. and set some of them aside. So the boots we will reuse. The legs as well, but I just find when I'm cracking torsos, I like to get the legs out of the way. Look at these knee pads off. Oops. All right, I'll crack this guy, and we'll be right back, and we'll start putting them back together. All right, so the torso's apart, and it's the older style torso, so we don't need to make any Dremel tool mods. Although, if that ever does happen to you, I've got videos on that as well, so check those out on my channel. So the arms, we're going to use these. We have to use these shoulders because they're the only they'll port right into there. But I have different. The rest of the arm is different. Let's throw those in there. I've got the knee pads. We'll heat those up as well. I'm going to reuse the boots so they can go in there. These go on the knees as well. And this little like waist piece. All right, we'll let those sit for a second. All right, let's start putting this guy back together. So start with knee pads. If I can tell what side this is, that's a right. Again, sometimes it's really hard to see, but it is usually stamped inside the knee pads. There we go there. Then let's not forget the little tassel thing, which, I mean, do we want those on there? I might go ahead and leave those off. Not a fan. Not a fan. Our left knee pad. Looks good. I got the right. This is the right foot. Put that on the right leg. These tassels out of here. And then we'll throw that back in there so we get those onto the lower body. This is the left arm. Let's see which good this is. Again, these you can kind of tell what these are, but these are stamped as well if you're second guessing yourself. Pretty sure this is left. Not sure if you can see that, but there's a little tiny L stamped in there. I might have to actually, it's not going in very well. I might have to actually leave the shoulder pieces out just to harden up. I'll leave the arms in the water though. See if those are ready. There we go. Yeah, and that looks. There's no blue or any stars on the tights, unfortunately. He's meant to have this over there, but actually I don't mind this piece. I just really don't like these little knee tassels. So maybe we will put this on there. There we go. And just to give you an idea, whoop, this should pour in no problem. Yeah, I think he's going to look pretty good. It really doesn't want to go. I'm gonna let these sit for a while longer. I'm gonna reheat this water, heat these guys up again, and we'll see if that makes a difference. There, hopefully that's been long enough. So letting this cool, that lets this peg get a lot harder again. And there we go. A little bit of a gap there, but not too bad. That one went on really nice. All right, I'll get this water out of the way. We'll get these guys dressed up and we'll see how they turned out. All right, so let's get the original Ultimate. So just for comparison's sake, so I did swap the hands. He's got these kind of like torture rack hands, just to kind of show you a different look there. And here's our Wolfpac Ultimate. So just a simple boot swap, really. I like the ponytail look. The screaming face looks great. I did actually have that kind of stoic face on this guy, but I don't like this face. It seems small on this big body. This face is smaller than the screaming and the smile one. And then this, instead of putting the Cloth Goods NWO shirt back on, I went ahead and put this on there. That's from the Wolfpac Sting figure. I don't know, I just always thought that looked cool. And last but not least, we have our Ultimate Edition Lex Luger, which actually, this figure turned out really good. I really like this guy. I went with the smiling face with the long kind of mullet down hair looking. Again, I skipped the little boot tassels. And anyways, I think it turned out great. So if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And also, let me know in the comments. I haven't been cracking as many torsos on screen just because I've done it so many times. But if you think I should be doing that in every video, let me know. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.